showdown in the AFC South. It's the Texans and the Colts, and it's coming up next on Madden NFL 22.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Just a short time ago, smoke from the pyrotechnics filled the dome as the Colts made their way out of the locker room. We're set for football as the Colts get set to match up with the Houston Texans. As of this morning, summer officially over. It's time for autumn football, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes Deshaun Watson, ready to captain the ship here for this Houston offense.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
Watson on first down. Complete. This is Lewis. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Now a first down throw. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
And they decided to go with the safety blitz there. And look, if that gets picked up, quarterback really has the advantage then because he'll have more time to throw the football and some wide open space. But when it doesn't, that's a guy who gets a free run into the backfield. And oftentimes, the QB ends up on his backside as he did there.
And if you're wondering just how quickly that sack occurred, the next-gen stats tell us 2.6 seconds is all he had to throw the football. Throwing on second and long. Watson going underneath for Lewis. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going to the passing game, it should open up his running game, too. Throwing on third down, Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact caught the ball 3, and it's 4th down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback standing at 6'5".
And you and I both know that any win is a good win. And that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that. A little bit in terms of ratio, but first and foremost, they did win the game.
Now a play fake here on first down. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On play action, they'll throw. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
Brandon, unless my eyes deceive me, I think they found a matchup that they're trying to exploit here, don't you? I mean, that's the second time they've gone to him here on this drive.
Yeah, opening drive. It's a tone setter, right? I think they're going to be looking his way a lot.
Yeah, and I think that the way things are going right now, they like him as a featured receiver. Let's see what kind of adjustments the defense is going to make to try and take that away.
Well, a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A great play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead. Walking into the stadium, we saw a ton of people donning the jerseys of this rookie quarterback, so you know they love that opening drive, and he throws a touchdown pass.
You get a little bit of confirmation about what they had hoped, right? Because they thought they had a quarterback. They're thinking they have a quarterback. You do this, they believe they've got a quarterback. Look up, elbowing each other up in the stands. That's our guy.
Extra point forthcoming. And this is good to make it 7-0 ended. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Watson now to throw. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Back to throw. Watson. He's got him in. Complete. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A big connection on that one. 35 yards.
Now that one hurts defensively. They force him into 3rd and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3 and out. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff for Lewis. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. To throw is Watson. Looking left side, and it's complete. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Point after, right down the middle. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They go play action here on first down. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 44. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 2nd and 12, Watson. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Watson. That is caught by Lamb. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards. 7-7, our score after 1. Texans football to start quarter 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On the handoff, Lewis. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. Now, after that last running play, we've got an offensive lineman down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Out of the gun, Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Ingram. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. And that will bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
And his kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get them back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that 2nd touchdown now. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Able to shake him off. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Now this throw caught left side. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 22-yard line. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Colts are going to jump back in front. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
It certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is now 14-10. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now it's Watson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
Back to throw, Watson. And he comes back with one complete. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Pulled in at the 24. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He's got the lead here in the 2nd quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing well, your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, because he's looked pretty good to this point. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A big play that time on the catch and run. They'll set up to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And the Texans are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to. Push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson caught right side. It's Lewis. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Watson looks to throw again. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. The Texans send the punter out as he's on to kick it away. And he's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. The Colts going to take over now late in this first half. And they've got a little over 40 seconds to work with if they want to try to put something together. Escaping the pressure right. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
2nd and 4. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. He's going to look deep down the field. And this is caught right along the sideline. Good job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big connection on that one. 38 yards. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come to 23 seconds. They'll look to throw now on first down. He's going to take another shot here. And this is caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Well, we saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield. And that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield. And you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
And you get a look at the final readout on air distance, according to Next Gen Stats. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 21-10 game. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure this team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcoming everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report.
And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So here are the Colts to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. This one complete to Ingram. And they work this well upfield across the 45. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll go down at the 28. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Back to throw here. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his...
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Colts take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Well, fair to say they've got something here in this rookie running back, and he's in for the 2nd time of the ball game.
And Brandon, it's a position where there's often a lot of turnover, a lot of competition at that spot. But he's proven to them that he wants to be the bell cow guy that his franchise can rely on.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this third quarter. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Rush coming, and he's taken down. It was the safety blitz that ultimately did the job, and they're going to credit him with a sack. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. On the draw, this is Lewis. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. Here's Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Looking to throw. He's going to air one out. That's caught inside the 20. Ingram churning. He lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, number 1 on the list of things not to do when you're up 3 scores in the third. That right there, give the football away.
I love when you speak like that. You know how doctors talk about taking the Hippocratic Oath, first do no harm? You just did the football-cratic one right there. Don't give the ball away when you have a lead that you can lock this game down with.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Watson. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Watson. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down. The Texans send the punter out, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And just a net of 31 here, 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the 1st down sack. Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing 2nd and a mile.
And the entire time, you were probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball safely, of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play, that's going to be tough for them to make up.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And the Texans scoop it. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Following the fumble recovery, Watson. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's brought down. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. This is Lewis on the handoff. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Watson. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. What a career he continues to have. That catch is number 815. That ties him with Hall of Famer Shannon Sharp.
And just think about this. The only people ahead of him at the tight end position in catches, Antonio Gates, Jason Witten, and Tony Gonzalez. You catch 815 passes as a tight end in the NFL, call your tailor and get measured for the gold jacket.
They'll try and pick it up with Lewis. Lewis has the first down and then some. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. And the Colts coming out now. They've got the 2-score lead. Look, though, they fumbled last possession, led to a touchdown. So while things look good here at this stage in the fourth, they got to be careful.
They definitely do, because they've actually brought them back into it, haven't they? They've given them hope once again. Their purpose on this drive, squash that hope one more time.
A big play there on the catch and run. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. So that drive there, CD, a good response, and that might be the one that gets them to the finish line, a comfortable lead.
Yeah, and that's all about not letting the team back into a game, because they just gave up a touchdown. It was back to a 2-score game, and anything can happen in that situation. But instead, they came through with a really terrific drive right there that ended in 6. So you like to slam the door on teams. In this case, they're trying to lock it as well.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was all finished off by the 17-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. And now out comes Houston. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Watson. And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10, Watson. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
The Texans on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 10. Watson now to throw. Ingram's got the first down and more. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to understand.
Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
Now on 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and that will come the offense as they take over. Indy set to go on offense once more. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. They go play action here on 1st down. Wide open receiver complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
And just a yard to go here on 2nd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 16. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. After the interception, here's Watson. Being chased out left. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on 1st down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, Watson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 30! And he'll be taken down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st and 10, Watson. His throw caught right around the 6. And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. Touchdown, Texans! A 5-yard touchdown. And the Texans cut into that lead.
No, not today.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now. So that drive, 4 plays. 2 scores down, 2 timeouts at their disposal. This is a critical onside kick. And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Come on, fellas.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
We got this.
The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 78 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
So this one